Do you have a collection of any pre-cut fabric? I like charm squares. Okay, and I know there are 2 more charm packs somewhere because the fabric that I wanted to use to do this project, now I can't find it. Do you want to see why I can't find it? Hold on. This is why I can't find it. I've rearranged and cleaned up. So when you walk into this area, this desk used to be over there. And that table used to be in the middle. I have done a little downsizing on my table space. So there's my fabric wall, the chair my mother-in-law got me. There is my kangaroo Aussie 2 and the kiwi that came with it for free. There is where I moved one of my quilt racks and also one of the origami shelves. That's one side of the design wall. I'm trying to move slowly. And this is the other side of the design wall. There's my normal Christmas tree and my calyx, or whatever they're calling those. So I have made a few changes. We're not going to look at the other rooms because I'm still working on those. And, you know, no, you will not see those other rooms. But this room looks good, and I am ready for a project. The pattern is very simple. I found this pattern in a different size. I will link you to where I found it. Hopefully I found it. And it called for, I believe, 6-inch squares. But I didn't want to do all that cutting. And I thought, you know what? I have these charm packs. I can do the same thing with a charm pack that they did with the squares that they cut and come up with a quilt just as cute and actually the opposite of what I normally do because I'm going to make the block smaller. Let me show you how. Yay! I'm so excited. I found the charm pack that I wanted to use. This is Farm Life by Clothworks. So let's take a look at the fabric. So I pulled some colors from my color wall, and I don't know why yellow I thought might be a good one. Yeah, this green, I'm not doing very well with the green. The yellow and the blue would go well, and then you've got the yellow with the chicks. I also pulled the gray, well, and a white. So this white has some black. Very, well, it's not black, it's gray. Kind of looks like a cow to me. So we've got our yellow, we've got white with polka dots and something that looks a bit like a cow. You all can't tell that I like the grunge, can you? And then we've got this gray grunge. The brown is questionable. Those grays definitely don't match, because this is more of a blue gray and this is more of a gray gray. Okay, so I'm going with yellow or white with the polka dots. This is going to be hard. The yellow is brighter. So tell me what you think in the comments below. I know that I will have probably, well, no, I know I will have already decided by the time you comment. That's okay. Right now, before you see what I end up doing, let me know what you think. Should I go with the yellow or the white, or should I have gone with a different color altogether? I'm not going to tell you right now. I'll show you the next steps, and then you'll be surprised when you see what I chose. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to separate these because I'm going to end up with 4 patches. I'll put these together. I have 3 left over. So here are my stacks. I have this and I have some yardage. So if I think I want another block, or I come out with an uneven number of blocks, or enough, I don't have enough blocks to make it a square or a rectangle, then I will find something to add to this. And if I need more blocks, here we go. I have 2 charm packs. Let's go to the sewing machine, and I'm going to show you how I quickly do some chain piecing to create my 4 patches. This is how I chain piece in order to do my 4 patches. So I'll take the top 2, and I want to make sure that I'm taking top and bottom and top and bottom. And you'll see why in just a moment. And then I take the top 2. And then I take the bottom 2. I think you see how I'm doing this. Okay, so you can see I have all of these sets of 2 together. Now what I want to do is cut out my sets of 2 into 2 sets of 2. So here's the end. I'm going to leave these 2 together and then cut every other connection. These 2 are still connected. And what I want to do is have one of my 2 square sets going one way. So I have finger pressed the seam going that way. And now I'm going to finger press the other side with the seam going the other way. So I still have this thread in between holding them together. Now I just flip this over, and there comes Oliver. I nest those 2 seams together, and I sew. And there is my 4 patch. Looks pretty good, huh? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish creating my 4 patches, and then I will be revealing my background fabric. Once you've cut apart your 4 patches, you should set the seam and then iron them open. And when I say iron, I mean press. So I have 10 4 patches. And I could open this charm pack, but I really wanted to hoard it. So the project is evolving. I had an idea. Do you see the light bulb? Light bulb? Just 1 minute. Do not look in this room. Don't even, nope. Close your eyes. Okay, I'm going to have to rob Peter to pay Paul. So there was a kit, and the fabric that I wanted to use to fill in the blanks on this one. So this is the larger print. This is my plan. I will cut this into the squares that are this size, and I will fill in with this so I don't have to get into my new, well, my other charm square pack. So what I can do is I can take this and this and this and this. And I can put this here and this here. Now I have to pick one. Oh, okay. And that there. I need 9 squares of this. I don't know if this is gonna be enough. Because I need 3 more and I have enough for 2. Unless, so see, I've got these leftover pieces. I may just sew them together. So let me sew my Franken block. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. Oh, look. And here's the back half. Let's see if we can save the cow. It's probably not even a cow. It's more like a calf. Okay, when I said Franken-piecing, I was not even kidding. Franken-piecing, it's a word. Or a phrase. Or a hyphenated word. Or a phrase. Whatever, look it up, it's real. So I like my little cow there. So we need a long piece to go across the top. This is not the perfect block. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with a good Franken block every now and again. Whatever, look it up, it's real. And if you were to just say, you know what, it's not really that important to me that I keep that charm pack, they probably have another one, which is what, I should do, but again, no fun in that. Then you would already be way further along than me. First thing, I decided that I want my rows 4 across, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. And I got into the additional yardage that I had purchased of this collection, and I cut out a 9.5 by 9.5 inch square. I saw it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's the one I want. This is going to be put towards the middle of the quilt. Now, keep in mind, had I just done 4 patches and then added what I'm going to add, this quilt would have been done like that. But no. I had to complicate it. So don't think that you need to complicate everything like I do. You can just stick to the 4 patches and what I'm going to show you, and you will make a perfectly fine quilt very quickly. It will be a small quilt if you go with 1 charm pack, and it will be a good size quilt if you go with 2. Because with 1 charm pack, you get about 42. So that's 40 divided by, that's 10 blocks. With 2 charm packs, you're going to get 81 blocks. That is significantly bigger. Like significantly. Please ignore my dog. She wants me to throw the ball. You all don't get to see Agnes very often. She is obsessed with balls. But since she was here, I thought I would introduce you. You'll see her running through the video every now and again. But say hi, Agnes. Okay, back to work. I'm a procrastinator. I'll do anything to put off getting things done. So now for the big reveal on the color fabric I chose for my background. Are you ready? I did it. I went with yellow. Will I regret it? I don't know. And it's not really yellow, it's lello. I miss it when my granddaughter was little and she said lello. And what I did is I put a strip on 2 sides, 2 adjoining sides of my 4 patch. That's it. Yeah, 2.5 inches by 9.5 inches for the first side. And she won't quit. I mean, she will not quit until you throw the ball. And then 2.5 inches by 11.5 inches for the adjoining side. I will meet you back at the design wall and show you how we're going to arrange this quilt. I have my strips stacked 9 high. Let's see how my Fabric Hut titanium coated blade does. And this blade is used. It's not new. Ready? Ha! Perfect. Warning, warning, whoop, 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 whoop. I have a warning for those of you who want explicit directions for this quilt and your 2 sides of sashing. I can tell you the 2 sides will go with needs to be. For those of you who like to mix it up, you don't have to do 2 adjacent sides, just saying. You can do any of the 2 sides that you want. I am just going to pull a block off the wall and I'm going to put 2 adjacent sides. If you want to decide that you want this block to have certain sashings on certain sides, that's fine. Not a problem. I just wanted to forewarn you. You can also turn the blocks any way you want. So I've got some directional fabric, and if it is going to bother me to turn my blocks, then I'll be stuck in the way that I arrange them. Is that bad? No, not necessarily. Just when you're using directional fabric, if you're concerned about your pictures being all the right way, then once you put those sides on, you're going to be stuck. Okay, I think that's it. Back to sewing. So, as you can see, it probably doesn't look anything like it did when it was originally up on the design wall. I did try to get this back to where it was, but it doesn't matter because it's supposed to be a mishmash jumble. Now, I had a yard of this fabric and I had like 11 inches left. And I want to put a 2.5 inch border all the way around. 11 inches is not going to get a border all the way around. So I only have for 4. And of course, my local quilt shop is closed, but I'm in the process of getting everything organized. I'm pretty sure that at some point for some project, which I now, can't remember what that project was, I bought grunge fabric from the Busy Lady. She sells the grunge from Basic Gray. And I'm pretty sure I bought some rainbow grunge. So, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. I really wish I can remember what I was going to do with that. That is irrelevant, however. I went into the room that you're not allowed to see, and guess what I found? So excited! So this must be the color yellow, lello, that I really like. I'm so happy. So now I have enough that I can put this yellow border all the way around. I'm going to put all these blocks together. I am going to cut out some more lello fabric, not the dark one, but this one, put the border around, and then I have one more step, and my quilt top will be done. So, I will be right back. So happy, so happy. Before I do my big reveal, I want to give shout outs to a couple people, answer some questions, and just say thank you. Caroline, I have also seen some really cool videos from Pin, Cut, and Sew. So the mason jar idea, I like it. I can fill it with candy and maybe it won't tax my brain so much. Donna Ritchie, you go girl. Getting your mammogram done, it's the right thing to do. And thanks for the little tip. So Donna has shared with me that if you don't have caffeine the day before, it doesn't hurt as much. And thanks, I love my little dog too. Sue B, I will put those instructions together for the fast 3-hour quilt using the fat quarters. Just keep reminding me. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. What was it I was gonna do? Sharon Allen, I would like to say thank you for the coffee. Ellen, thank you for the very kind comment. Lorraine, I have not heard of facing a quilt, so I'm going to have to look that one up. And if it's easier than binding, you know I'm in. Regular Okay, back to our regularly scheduled program. My quilt top is kind of complete. I am so glad that I found that yellow fabric so that I could put it all the way around. I think that just gives it that finishing touch. But I think I want one more border. Now, I happen to be a wood grain connoisseur. So I have a few wood grain patterns that I am going to audition to see which one I like. Actually, I want to get your opinion as to which one you think I should use. Okay, so I'm going to put this here so you can see it. I kind of like that it's got the red and there are bits of red throughout the pattern. And you know, red and yellow, whoo, I'm way close. Red and yellow go together. There are bits of black in the quilt and black and yellow go, so, you know, it's an option. It almost looks like a wood floor or a wood wall. I like that one a lot. This is the same, I believe the same pattern. It is just in a lighter colorway. I kind of like that. So this light, medium, and dark, it kind of graduates. It's almost like an ombre wood grain, I think. And then it will repeat after that. And last, but not least, is a gray. And if you remember, I initially thought of using a gray as my background fabric. So today, I took a simple 4-patch pattern and I made it more complicated by adding in 9.5-inch squares of coordinating fabric. And I took a larger block and instead of supersizing it, I made it smaller. So instead of using and cutting out 6-inch blocks, I used charm pack squares. And then I made this cute quilt with farm life. It is cute, you have to admit that. I think I have done enough damage today. Remember, let me know which fabric you like. I want to thank everyone for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Eat some chocolate. But this room looks... It's not 5 patches. I need... Pardon me. That... Having problems speaking. I've done blah 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 la 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 la. Oh my gosh.